Hello, friends. You're listening to Heart with Saima, the podcast show for people searching for that courageous person within us who wants to be inspired by listening to stories of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I'm Saima Dhillon, your host. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to be here. Let's dive right in. Um, my guest today, Jason Lebowitz, is the founder of XXO, the platform built for connection to self first. He's on a mission to accelerate human connection and transform 1 billion lives by 2025 by restoring connection to humanity through XXO Connect, a safe, private social community network that eliminates trying to gain likes, followers, and pressures of posting, comparison, distraction, and addiction of social media. Um, he is creating this XXO Singles Community, which has just launched, and RAQVISION, an under 18 private social network, which will launch on June 1st. Connection over convenience. You can connect with him on xxoconnect.com. And without wasting any more time, let me bring Jason on. Hey, Jason, welcome back to Heart with Saima. It's my pleasure to have you again. And this time just by yourself, so we can actually spend a little time doing some deep diving into what you're doing, because you're doing some amazing things. And that's what the platform is for.
Thank you so much. It's great seeing you, and I appreciate you having us, or having me back. Last time it was us. I guess there's a bunch of us on with you today. Today it's just me today.
Yes, and that's actually exciting because it gives me a chance. For me, the platform is, we actually, end of May, we complete a year of that initial phase where COVID we were in quarantine, and I started. This friend of mine, Connor, suggested that, hey, but I was on this call with him, consulting call, and he was like, okay, Saima, I think you need to start doing these Zoom interviews and start connecting with people and local people, and and that's kind of where it started, Jason. And so it's almost a year, and what a journey it's been. And I think you're on a similar journey where you've just been coming up with all these amazing ideas, and as soon as you gave root to this initial idea, it's now you're expanding and growing and just turning it into something really fabulous. So let me hand over the platform to you and let you do an introduction about yourself.
Thank you so much. I am Jason Lebowitz. I'm the founder of XXO, the platform built for connection to self first. And under XXO, we've built out a true connection social network that eliminates all the social media. So there's no posting, likes, followers, friend request, connection request. In XXO, we're all already connected. We have real conversations, real community, real connection all time. And we have live interactive classes all throughout the week. We actually have 2 classes every day. And they're anything but clinical. They're real discussions, real conversations with our community. We're going to build that out to 24/7 live interactive programming and classes. We also have a singles network, a whole singles community. And we have our own app for one-on-one video chat. And we are about to launch for June 1st, RAQVISION, which is an under 18 youth social network. And RAQVISION is powered by XXO, built for connection, and founded by Raquel Boris. If anybody knows Raquel who's watching today.
So tell me, how did it get started, Jason?
It gets started from a download, really. I was in a meditation about 4:31 in the morning on a Saturday this past June, and the whole idea came to me of what I wanted to build out with XXO, what it looked like, all the way down to the kids network. And that was the vision, that was the download, and I started putting it together, and we launched January 6th. So 4 or 5 months into it, and the kids network is finally going to become my reality and become. It's going to be birthed on June 1st. Is the expecting date for us.
So, as difficult as 2020 was for a lot of people, I think, and with all due respect to, everything that people suffered and the loss of loved ones, I think 2020 also brought with it this time of where people like you and myself, where we were just quarantined in our homes, and we were forced to just stop. I know I was forced to just stop running with my real estate and just slow down. And all this education that I had been I'd been working on enhancing myself and personal growth and business growth. I had actually been working on myself since 2016 and just acquiring knowledge and trying to figure out, and also I was working on fixing my energy, because my energy had been in a really a difficult place, and I was working on just redefining myself so I could redefine my business and all that stuff, Jason. But there was just no slowdown. There was no time for me to take that pause and to just be in that moment and say, hey, you know what? Let's put everything else on the side and let's execute what I've been learning. And knowledge without execution, I feel, is just not worth it. And that's what it was about. I mean, literally, I think you said June, and I think, like, okay, you know what? Let's start executing everything, and one thing into another and another, just like yourself. And so you said it was 4:31 in the morning when this idea came to you. But what was the root of this idea? Where was it coming from? What was your soul searching for?
A connection. The root of it all is connection, and the root of it literally was connection. It was when I look at where we are today, we're more connected than ever before. We have all these different platforms to stay connected. We have all these apps and everything else for connection, and yet isolation and loneliness are on the rise.
Yeah.
And self-worth and mental health are on the fall. And when I look at this today, while we want connection, we're lost in this metrics, this comparison. We're trying to gain likes, followers, all these things. We want to be accepted. We don't want to be rejected, but we haven't accepted ourselves. And so without that healthy relationship with ourselves to live our life, we're just chasing. It's like an addiction, the inside social media. And so I wanted to create a place that removes all of the distraction, all of the noise, to do the inner work in a way where we can be surrounded and supported by a community, and it doesn't feel clinical when doing the work. And that's where the idea started from. It's the way I look at it is connection begins within and travels outward.
Mm-hmm.
We need to have that connection with ourselves first, and we've lost that connection.
We have, because I think I think the essence of life, the essence of living, the essence of meaningful life are relationships. And this being on social media, where literally, right, if your phone rings, you're like, okay, why is this person actually calling me? And second, can you text me? Because we are just becoming these creatures who are just getting used to isolation. Because I think nothing can replace that the touch, the personal touch, the interactions. Of course, what you're doing is something that in itself is the first step for people to perhaps even get into meaningful relationships, right? Because people are missing the genuineness and the respect and the heart-to-heart connections.
Yes, but that even before that is the relationship with themselves, which they struggle with that relationship with themselves. So it's to build that connection to self first and
Uh,
then each other. So the relationship with yourself first, get to knowing with yourself, and then having that strong relationship with others.
Why do you think people are missing that, Jason?
Why are they missing it?
Yeah,
They have a fear of vulnerability, a fear of intimacy, a fear of judgment, insecurities.
it's a fear, right? It's
It's a
an
fear.
internal fear.
It's a fear.
So it's a
It's
fear of, like you said, showing vulnerabilities because you're afraid of getting hurt.
afraid of getting hurt, afraid of being judged, afraid of not being as good. It's a comparison, it's a metrics. I don't have as much, I don't have as many likes, I don't have this or that compared to the other person. So yeah, it's a fear there. It's a lack of connection to self because when you have that connection to yourself, you have that relationship with yourself, those things don't matter. You're not driven by those things.
Yeah.
In which case, your relationships, all that you have, that you choose to have, are that much stronger.
So I think the core of the problem is your self-esteem, your love for self, right? Um, because happiness comes from within, and if you keep seeking for happiness outside, you're not going to find it until you find it within.
We're chasing external validation and attention to provide what I call temporary artificial happiness.
Hmm.
And it's artificial, so it's not real. If you're chasing it externally, you're always going to be on the chase.
Yeah.
It comes from within.
Do you think something is going wrong in the upbringing because it has to be deep rooted, right? Is
Yeah,
it too much just spending kids spending too much time on social media, or just on on their gadgets?
I think it's just if you don't have that healthy relationship with yourself, so we're all coming up where we're trying to compare to others.
Yeah,
And so social media is amazing. I love it.
yeah,
If you don't have that healthy relationship though, I can get caught up in, well, that person, they have more of this, they have more of that. It becomes a comparison game. I want to do this, but they've already do this. I'm not as good as them.
yeah.
And so and I think it's a combination of that and also not choosing ourselves and to live our lives. We're not believing in ourselves. We're thinking too small. We're thinking in reality of what we know. And when you're able to merge and kind of choose you, you're able to live your life. And I think we need to have that healthier relationship with ourselves so we're not comparing to others. And when you can do that, it becomes magic. Magic happens.
Okay, so you used one of my favorite words, which is magic. So
It's
how does magic happen, Jason? Teach me.
magic is real. Magic is energy. I truly believe in. I mean, magic is one of our four for XXO. Our four core values is connection, love, transformation, and magic. And to me, magic is an energy. And I'm in the energy today where my life is very magical. And to the point of I have my pads right here, and everything I write down of what I'm going to do, and what if you want to call it the manifesting, whatever you want to call it, I write down whether it's people I'm going to work with, things I'm going to accomplish, what it's going to be. I just write it down, and it just happens because I feel like I've already lived the experience. I've already done it. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to do it, and it just keeps happening. And that's magic. Like that connection, that deep energy becomes magic.
Ha-
That's real magic to me is energy.
Absolutely. So, Jason, you've always felt this strongly. You've always had this strong energy, or did you have to work on bringing it to where it was? And the reason I'm asking that question is, I went through some, turbulent years in 2016. We lost our business, and my energy was in a very, very difficult space. And at that point, I hit rock bottom. And I realized that I have to work on fixing my energy, because my energy at that point was so dejected that I felt that I was continuously attracting negativity, and everything that I was touching was just turning into a catastrophe. And then I started working on changing my energy. So for you, was it so? Energy is like literally one of my most favorite subjects, because I had to work so hard on just trying to let go and surrender and just believe in that magical energy.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That sounds very familiar to me. It's no, I was not always like this. What you learn is through your own transformation is energy. You have to preserve it and reserve it for who's most deserving of it. And so when you're able
Oh my
to
God, Jason, I love what you just said. Will you
thank
repeat that? Because that was just so
well,
powerful and
you
brilliant.
have to you have to reserve it and preserve it for who's most deserving of it. But you really do, because when you surround yourself or you create boundaries, that energy becomes yours. So you're not giving up your energy ever. You're choosing where to go. And so I become fascinated with energy and time. And everybody, I should say everybody, but many people talk about you time and money. Money is time. Time, you can't buy time. You can't change time. I say bullshit to that, because I think you can manage. If you can manage energy, you can manipulate time. And so now I'm able to take my energy, and what might take somebody a month, a year to accomplish or to do something, I can do it in a small time, because my energy is laser focused and I'm able to do that.
How
And
did you
so
do that? How did you accomplish that? And I'm interrupting you because I
no,
just
no, it's
couldn't
okay.
stop
It's
myself. How did
you
you
know,
do that?
you know what it is too is, and it kind of goes back to what we were just talking about, is we have a fear of failure. So those other things of everything else, being judged, insecure, everything, we have a fear of failure, so we don't make decisions. That's what holds us back, because what if I make this decision, it's the wrong one, and I fail? And we'll think about this for so long, or we won't make one because we don't want to fail. I love the unknown, and so I can make decisions fast, and if I fail and it leads me somewhere else, I'm okay with that. I don't care. That's why I'm able to move my energy fast. I call it merging. Once I was able to create those healthy boundaries and release everything that no longer served me, I was able to release, let go. You become light at that time. The energy, almost like merging, like you merge a lane,
Yeah,
that energy is yours. And so how I did that was a long journey of
yeah,
unwiring, rewiring, and kind of retraining my brain. But
yeah.
once I got there, I'm able to move fast now, and things are very different.
That's just
But
it's.
that's magic, though, and it's not like, there's many other people who do that too, but it's real. You can do it. It's just getting to that point.
Is it manipulation of the brain,
I,
your own brain,
I wouldn't say manipulation, because you're trying to trick.
the
I,
brain?
I I truly believe it's unwiring, rewiring, where
Yeah.
I didn't trick my brain. I trained my brain. I think they're different. I didn't trick it. I trained it. So I think those two are a little different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain the difference.
When you train something, it's like a transfer. So tricking to me could be like change. I can change my shirt right now and say I changed.
Hmm.
Change to me is like motivation. It's like caffeine. I'm going to go back at some point. I could be all jacked up for an hour, for a week, a year, but that didn't transform me. I'm going to go back. Transformation is unwiring, rewiring, walking away from the person you once were. I don't recognize that person, that personality anymore. So I didn't trick it.
Because your brain sabotages you all the time.
It does. I have control of it, though. So many people can control it.
So now you have brought yourself to a place where you control your brain instead of your brain controlling you.
I feel like my brain is intuition. It's really things are very, and I've talked about this before, but things are not noisy up here.
Mhm.
Things are very quiet now, and I feel like I'm led by intuition, and that's why I just make decisions and I just go with it. I just feel it, and
But
I don't.
something happened in your life to help you make that switch. What did you do? Did you start meditating? Did you start just self-reflection? Did you start writing everything, and then whatever you were writing, it was manifesting?
I went through. I remember when I first started to I call make the incision to go inwards and start this journey. I remember some of the people I started to listen to a lot
Mhm.
were Don DePani, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Dorian Yates. There's a handful of people that I really got into, but I would listen to it when I woke up and went to bed. I created a ritual before bedtime. So however I went to bed, I would wake up. I'd wake up a certain way throughout my day, and so I was doing the work all throughout the day and night until I got to the point where it just became very natural.
Share your routine. I want to follow it, Jason.
Well, my routine today is quiet breath work, quiet time when I first wake up,
Mhm.
and I call it like the best way I can describe it is like a buzzing feeling, like a brain orgasm. I just sit there when I first wake up with everything quiet, and I just feel that everything has already happened. All the things that I'm going to do already happened, and then I have another quiet time like that during my day, and then when I go to bed, I do the same thing. Um, but I feel these things like they've already happened. I'm already past it. I've already lived the experience, and that for me has worked. I
That
can't
is
say that.
so powerful.
Yeah.
That right there. I mean, the other day I was talking to, I told you I just launched, we are launching Saima Media, right?
Yes,
And
which I'm so excited for you. I'm pumped for you.
thank you, thank you. And I'm so excited about that myself. And I was talking to my daughter about it, and my daughter, she said that, Mom, it's already happened. It's,
Yeah.
it's right here. It's already producing, and this is happening, and this is happening, and it's already there. It's just waiting for you. So for you to launch and to move. And you're literally, you're talking about the same thing. And I know the journey, own journey of the past 5 years, where I've just been working on changing my energy and changing. And right there, what you're saying, I think that is the turning point, what you're saying.
It's again, when you stop believing in reality, I think we all have this idea of what it's supposed to be, how it is, how it's always been, what it's going to be. When you're able to just take that and crumple it up and throw out what you know of reality, and you're able to stop thinking small, it just opens up the possibilities. And for me, that was when everything started for me, when I realized those two things.
That's
And I
higher limits.
never went back to it. There's no limit.
Yeah. It's
There's no
all
limit.
created by us, right? Just like they say, right, wrong, everything is subjective. All these, sections and limitations and everything is created by the human mind. And you have the power to remove all those limitations.
It does, and we can get caught up on certain things. And the example I love, and I love that this happened, and you were actually part of it, was back in November, we had the 24/7 live telethon to try to raise money through Kickstarter to build out XXO.
Hmm.
And we didn't hit the Kickstarter. The campaign ended in December. We did not hit our number, so we didn't get anything from it. Kickstarter's an all or nothing. We needed that in order to build out the platform.
Uh-huh.
So we failed. Like, we did not hit our number. But that just, had we hit that and built it how we wanted to do it, it wouldn't have launched until probably June or July.
Hmm.
So by not hitting it and doing it a different way, we launched 6 months ahead of time, figured out as we went along.
Hmm.
And so I think it's when those things happen, we can look at it failing and we can stop and give up, or we just figure out a different way to do it. It always leads you well.
Yeah. But I think it has to do with your mindset as well, because if you train your mind that, okay, you know what, this door is is closing, but you know what, a better door will open. And if you start just changing your mindset, I think right there, it is, like you said, so much about the mind and so much about what you believe in.
Yeah. You have to believe in yourself.
And
You have to.
and that's the game changer, right? If you believe in yourself, and it's so crazy, right, Jason? I mean, I think since like literally a year, right? For you it was June, for me it was May, but around that time where a lot of us people kind of started connecting. And a lot of your words that you're saying, those are things that I've been working on myself. And when you're saying those words, and it's like, we haven't really talked about your platform as well, because we're just too busy talking about, and I just love all this, right? Energy and, how to change yourself, how to change your life. And, maybe we can touch someone's life somewhere and be that turning point, where someone is listening and they are like, oh my God, that's what it is. That's what it's going to take. You have to be a risk taker in life. You have to take chances. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to take that leap of faith.
It's so true. It's so true. We love listening to everybody else, and we neglect listening to ourselves. And it's really interesting how that happens.
Dwell on it.
Yeah. No, but you have to listen to yourself.
The inner voice, right?
It's powerful.
Self-reflection.
Powerful.
So inner voice, sitting down, listening to yourself, your own thoughts, brings you back to spending time in silence, just breathing, listen to, whatever it's saying, your intuition. And I think so much of it has to do with having the courage to dream, right? Because if you have the courage to dream, only then is there space for it to actually come true.
It's the courage to actually do. I think we can dream. We can dream all we want, but it's to do. And just go do
just
it.
do anything, right? And then whatever you have the courage to dream will start manifesting itself.
Yes. Yeah. You can bring it to reality. For me, it's writing it down. It gives it credibility.
Yeah.
Now I feel like now I've done it, and then it'll catch up to me. I keep moving on, and it catches up to me.
I was just talking to my daughter the other day, and I was my whiteboard, which I wrote in on my whiteboard, and I think it was maybe June of last year. The things that I had written down, and then I went up to her and I was like, the 6-month goal which I had on here. So you know what? I mean, these things have either happened or they are in motion. So I was like, okay, I have to clean it all up, and I have to redo now my 2021 and my 2022 goals, which is, phase 2 of what I'm building. And so I think you're so right? Because when you put it down, it's like you have transferred it from your head onto paper, or something, constructive, where you're able to see it, and then you're able to believe in it, and you're able to believe in yourself.
If we're going to go back to energy now, how this all ties is, yes, you described it beautifully of how it gets to there. From there, I love to use energy, and I use what I call an energetic tidal wave. I've
Okay.
taken the energy of all these other incredible humans that are working with XXO as part of the team now, as we built out XXO and RAQVISION, which we're now a team of 16 plus myself, we're 17. Taking all the energy and almost like a tidal wave and transferring all that energy to cover that much more ground. That is how you manipulate time, by managing this energy. So it's not just about me anymore. It's like I've given up. Here's the keys. Everybody, here's your room, and if one's not here that seems right for you, build that room for yourself, and let's build this out together. And so you're able to cover that much more. Energetic tidal wave. But it goes back to energy. To me, it's all that energy.
And you're attracting all the right people.
Amazing people, surrounded by unbelievable team of people that just keeps growing.
Wow, how wonderful is that?
Yeah. Really.
Fabulous. So, Jason, um, coming back to what you are building, share with us what you're doing now.
What I'm doing now is, so XXO, which is a private social network, was launched in January. We have live interactive classes that happens at least once a day, many times twice a day. Our members have access to all the live classes. These are not courses. These don't feel clinical. These are real conversations where you can see each other with the community members. You can see and hear each other with whoever is the teacher of that particular conversation. The conversations that happen are so amazing. We talk about breaking that fear of whatever it is, that shame, that emotion that's been stored in us. These moments happen during these classes. They are raw conversations with whoever has the tools to facilitate that class. We have everything from mindset, anxiety classes. We have sexuality classes. We cover spirituality. We cover so many different topics and have so many different amazing teachers. We have our own app so people can have one-on-one video chats with each other. We've built out a singles community for people who value wellness and personal growth, who may be single, who do not want to use dating apps. So they're seeing each other in terms of video, um, live conversations with each other. We're sharing a space about personal growth. We're being vulnerable with each other. So we're really getting to know each other, and it's surrounded by people who are single, who is very different than swiping through dating apps. We are launching our RAQVISION, which is our youth social network. It's an under 18 social network, which will launch June 1st. And that's powered by XXO, and Raquel Boris is the founder of RAQVISION. So we are covering so much ground now, and
Mhm.
such different age groups and demographics now. So it's pretty incredible where we are in just a short amount of time.
So, um, what do you want? What's your goal as of right now?
Goal is to accelerate human connection, transform 1 million lives by 2025.
Hmm.
We'll have 24/7 live interactive programming, which means we'll have a live class every hour on the hour. And that's really just getting started where we are.
And whatever doors open up for you, right?
Yeah.
Um, and are you feeling that you're heading in the right direction?
Oh yeah.
If you were given 3 wishes at this stage, what would the 3 wishes be?
3 wishes. I would say I'm very just grateful for everything that has happened. So my wish would just be to continue in this energy. That is what it is.
It's very powerful, right?
I don't need the three wishes. I just want to continue in the energy of what is.
Because the energy in itself is magical, right?
Mm,
You feel like you can do anything. It's very powerful. You feel like you can touch the sky. You feel like you can do anything in this world,
we can. We can.
right? And I think that energy radiates off you as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So I think, Jason, how about I hand over the screen to you again and tell my audience what it is that you are seeking, what kind of people are you looking for, who can come forward and help you propel your purpose, or it's your moment and you put the pitch forward.
Thank you so much. I would say just visit xxoconnect.com if anything resonated with you with this conversation today. And xxoconnect.com, it has everything. It'll explain everything of what it is. And if this sounds interesting to you, to become a member of the private social network. And if you do have children and you're looking for a safe space for them to share in these types of conversations, for the innovators, the creators, the educators, all the future that we're looking for, they'll still be in a new type of social network that there is no likes, or the real metrics is kindness and pushing humanity forward and having them build this out. So if anything resonated, just visit that and you can learn more about this. And I hope to see everybody on the other side of this.
Well, Jason, thank you for being here. And as always, it's a pleasure. We, of course, we are all on LinkedIn, and we all have our individual journeys, which are in progress. And there's such tremendous support. And support is based off humanity. It's based off kindness. It's based off, just it takes a village, like they say, and just building each other and supporting each other. And that's just wonderful. So with that, I'm going to remove you from the stream and just end the show. So thank you. It was an honor, and it was wonderful having you here. And thank you for touching my energy. And it was in a difficult place today, and fixing, I think I needed you here so I could retune myself. That's what you said, right? That it just needs retuning, and it needs...
Yeah. Cheers to you, Saima. Thank you so much. And I love your energy. So it's great that I hope that your energy is well at this point right now.
It sure is. I appreciate you being here, and I think that's why you were on the stream today.
Anytime. Good to see you.
Love your charm.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason. All right, friends. So thank you, guys, for taking the time out to hear what was shared on today's podcast. If this inspired you to take the next step in your journey, then I want to invite you to email me at vip@saimadhillon.com. And of course, if you think the show can help someone else, then let's change lives together. Just take 30 seconds to share the link to the podcast in a text, or post it on social media and share it, and I will be grateful. And until next time, thank you for being here, and thank you for watching. This is Saima signing off.